Okay, what's up guys? It is Parnellyx. This is my third time recording this video in a row. That was my beep, by the way, not yours. I keep messing up the recording, so I'm feeling kind of sad at this point, but it's okay. We get to watch some really nice gameplay here. So we're playing Warwick versus Camille matchup, which is a very, very Warwick favored matchup for sure. And we're actually playing against a world-class player in RNG Way. Now, RNG Way, of course, is the jungler for RNG, but I think he does play a lot of top lane. I don't know, I've seen him queue up for top lane quite a bit because I see him in champion select sometimes, but I'm actually laning versus him this time. Along with also having RNG Bunny as my support. And RNG Bunny, he's actually the support for RNG. I don't know if there's many RNG Bunny fans out there, but it is worth noting that there are two Worlds players in my team, or in my game. So I figured playing, against, Way here will be a really good point of showing just how favorable this matchup should be and how you should go about playing into Camille as Warwick, because this matchup is frankly pretty free. The only times I ever actually mess up and lose the lane is because I'm playing way too reckless, and I just am getting myself like I just end up like not respecting the enemy jungler and dying a lot to jungle ganks. That's the only way you can really fall behind this matchup. Even if she does take TP Ignite, which she did this game. So my approach in this matchup in the level 1 is going to be to, as you can see, we're not really playing the wave as much. We're not trying to like push in or anything because we don't really need to. We just naturally win level 1. We can force trades. She is a melee champion that's to walk up to hit minions, and her level 1 trades are okay. But even though these trades are looking even so far, I obviously have natural healing in my kit, so it's just one-sided. That said, I do still int here. I still managed to actually play way too aggressive. My Talon had the kill, so and Camille doesn't have flash. So there's no need for me to actually go that ham there and give a gift to kill over to the Camille. But it actually ends up being, overall a pretty good trade. If I didn't die, it would have been better. But it's still a really nice trade. And that's because we get assist gold here. Talon, gets the invade prio on this Vi. Now there's no... Now I don't have to worry about a Vi gank at this point, which is awesome. And this wave is beautiful. Once again, Camille does not have Ignite. She does not have kill pressure over me. So even though she just picked up a second kill and she has 2 kills, she only spent gold for 1 of the kills, first of all. And second of all, she just can't, she cannot trade with me here because I'm going to win every trade. And she has no kill pressure with her Ignite. She has no kill pressure without Ignite. So I have like a 2-minute window here to really develop a lead and yeah, really just start to smash the matchup. Because that's really what you play around as Warwick, is you're playing around Ignite kill pressure a lot of the times. Most of the time people are taking Ignite versus you. So if you're able to avoid dying to Ignite, that gives you a couple minutes to where you can just chillax in lane and just bully the hell out of your lane opponent, especially if it's someone like Camille, who's once again a super good matchup for Warwick. Talon did gank for me, which is awesome. That's actually amazing. Usually my junglers don't gank top lane, so bless this man. But even if Talon didn't gank me there, Camille was still in a really tough spot because even though she was able to chunk me really hard, because I can hit minions, by the time her cooldowns come back up, I'll have healed up all that damage I just took. So being this low doesn't stress me out because once again, she doesn't have Ignite, so her kill pressure is very low, and I just need to respect her burst. And obviously, like with my health, where my health is right now, she can't burst me. She can't one-shot me. I actually messed up right here. I managed to not cancel the E, which I can do to make that kill a little bit smoother, but I still managed to pick it up in the end. I'm at 32 to 13 in CS, up 2 levels on this Camille. I think 2 levels. Did she hit level 4 there? She did hit level 4. But I'm about to hit level 6. And we're just going to go ahead and try to hold this freeze. Now, the one thing I am going to pay attention to, because Vi Vi can definitely be around top side. And actually, I spot her in a ward. You can see right there. Vi is on a ward right now. I know she's top side now. So what I actually do here, interestingly enough, is instead of warding the river, I'm kind of worried about two different angles here. I'm worried about a lane gank from the top bush and a river gank. So I go ahead and try to cover for both by doing a fake ward in the river. I assume that Vi is looking and paying attention to me there. And I assume that Camille is also paying attention and will ping out that ward if I ward there. And then I put a real ward in the top bush. So I'm trying to like fake ward the river to discourage Vi from going in that bush. But it turns out that it doesn't really matter. Vi is clearly sitting in this bush because just look at how this Camille is playing right here. I'm holding this freeze, and this Camille is down 2 levels. Has like no kill pressure over me. Her ignite's probably back up, but she's obviously much weaker than me in trades. And she's just like going in on me like that. Like, right? Like, I have ultimate up. Obviously, I can kill her here if it's a 1v1. So Vi must be in that bush. So notice how I'm taking short, safe trades. I'm making sure not to overextend. I'm making sure that Vi, I tried that right there. I tried to bait a Vi Q. But I'm not ulting the Camille. I'm just trying to keep this freeze held and just take short winning trades that are safe from any potential ganks. Because I know that gank is coming if I overstep. There's no question about it. So I'm gonna go ahead. I still am able to hold this freeze. I saw through my blood trail that Camille was recalled. I know for a fact she recalled and didn't fake recall. So that means that I can be and get some more damage with my items. And this is a huge turning point in the lane for me. I'm already up like 2 levels on this Camille. I'm already double her CS. And my lane is in a great spot here. And my flash is coming up. I have ult up. I have barrier up. But this extra damage will allow me to win trades much, much harder. Instead of like the trades being kind of even and me just healing back up, I can actually whittle her down very, very fast and actually set up kill pressure on her. And once you get to this point in these matchups where you can set up kill pressure very, very easily and potentially just tower dive on repeat, well, that's what you don't want to end up doing. Is you want to just stop freezing, start pushing, and try to set up tower dives on repeats. Now, I do try to freeze here a little bit longer. I think I could go ahead and push here, but because of the lane state, I figured let's go ahead and just try to hold the freeze because I know Vi's not top lane. Camille goes MIA, so I start spam pinging my teammates just to make sure they don't die to her. And at this point, there's a fight breaking out bot lane, and that makes me think that Camille's probably going to be down there, so I go ahead and just start pushing. I want to go ahead and crash this wave. That way, and get every CS that I can. That way, Camille is going to miss all these minions. So we're setting up a little slow push here. Turns out Camille, though, did not go bot lane. But I'm up 3 levels. And I just spent a bunch of gold on damage, like I said. So I can tower dive and repeat. Look at this. Look at this. I don't... And watch how I go about it. I'm not trying to 100-0 this Camille under turret. You can walk in, auto Q, walk away. Tank a turret shot or 2, doesn't really matter. You're hard winning these trades even with taking the turret shots. Plus I have sums up. So now I just kill her. And even though I'm not freezing anymore, she still can't farm. She just missed a full wave. She has to TP to get like this wave. And I can actually recall in my divine. So yeah, the reason why we freeze in Warwick is because, you know, a lot of people say, you know, how you play against Warwick, they say it's a cheese pick, is just don't fight the Warwick. Just don't fight with the Warwick, you know, early game. And it's fine. If you don't try to fight it, it's fine. Well, if I freeze the lane, it's like, what can they do then? Because Camille has to walk up and auto attack his minions to farm. So if she doesn't fight me, she's just gonna fall so far behind in farm that I'll be able to force kills later on. And that's exactly where I am right now. I have Divine Sunder. I'm up 2 levels on her. And I can just push the lane in at this point and kill her. So I don't need to freeze. I don't need to freeze anymore. And this Talon kill obviously is awesome too. So that's just kind of a bonus kill. I didn't really have to do any work there. I'm just gonna go ahead and just start pushing. Because now we can push, and with pushing, we can get plates, which is more gold. We can work on killing this turret to open up the map. And we can also draw pressure by like forcing Vi to come top lane. And at this point in the game, I can actually 1v2. So I'm not worried about Vi coming top lane. So we're going to go ahead and just shove this lane, work on these plates. And I see that Vi is not up here, so I think I can play a little bit deeper. So I'm going to go ahead and just look for this Camille. I use my W, I want to see where she is, and I want to try to poke her down before she gets to this wave. Because I want her to die as soon as possible when she shows up in the lane. She cannot lane anymore. She cannot lane anymore. There we go. Q. Take a turret shot. Easy. And we just keep doing this. Keep doing this. Trading under turret like this. Take a turret shot. My Q does more damage than the turret. I heal actually. I heal the turret damage. And I'm worried about this Camille passive here. Maybe cock block me or maybe her ultimate as well. So I try to mind game this Camille. Because Camille can press R on me when I'm ulting, or when I press R, she can press R to dodge my ultimate, and that would actually kill me there. So what I do there is just a little in and out, a little stutter step, so that she's not prepared to press R when I actually do go in, and it makes the game, it makes the kill pretty free. Go ahead and just keep working on this turrets. I'm at this point though, and Camille is going to be back to lane soon, so I don't want to be caught because then I don't have kill pressure on her, and she actually probably could even maybe potentially fight me and kill me at this point. So let's just go ahead and reset, refill our mana. When you're recalling on Warwick, most of the time you're actually going to recall for the mana or items. You're not really recalling on health so much because you heal a lot. Of course, it does depend though. You don't want to be caught too low on health, but usually you're playing for the mana. And for itemization, so when I'm going Divine Sunder build on Warwick, and I'm snowballing really hard in my matchup, a lot of times I actually go into Ravenous Hydra second, as opposed to Titanic Hydra. Now, Titanic Hydra is a lot safer, and that's why I like to do it when I'm behind, but when you're ahead enough, like the reason why you normally want to go Titanic is if you're gonna rush Ravenous Hydra and behind, you're just gonna get one shot by everything. You have no health, and you're not gonna get much value out of the CDR and damage because you're just gonna die instantly. But because we're really far ahead, the enemy team has less damage. We have more levels, more points in our E. So we can just go ahead and spec more into CDR and damage to be able to spam more and also have more kill pressure, and that's exactly what we're looking for here. So when you're ahead, you can go Ravenous Hydra. But if you're behind, most of the time you don't want to go Ravenous Hydra. And again, we're just bullying this Camille. She cannot play. I'm gonna go ahead and just try to kill his turrets, just to make sure that I don't accidentally mess up under turret. But Talon's here to help. I would have been able to chase her down anyways, but that's fine. I will say you don't always want to go Ravenous Hydra seconds and when you're ahead, because I guess it really kind of depends on the enemy's CC. If they have a lot of lockdown on you, then you don't want to go Ravenous because you're going to get one shot, like I said. But if they don't have a ton of lockdown, then you should be fine going this build. It's actually great for snowballing. It allows Divine Sunder to actually scale much better if you're getting more CDR. I mentioned it in my video where I talked about how Divine sucks on Warwick a lot of times. You want CDR with Divine. I'm gonna go ahead and just keep making away my bitch. She actually dodged my Q there. It's a mistake that I made. Sometimes against all these champions, I can go invulnerable or untargetable. If you press Q before they go untargetable, your Q actually just misses. And it goes on cooldown and it loses mana, which kind of sucks. So you gotta be careful about that sometimes. But she was so low it didn't really matter. I could just auto attack her there. Go ahead and just try to shove. And once you open up this top lane turret, you have a lot of options. But at this point in the game, my team is winning across the map, so I don't need to actually like group up with my team or anything. We don't need to like ARAM or do anything too crazy or siege. I'm gonna go ahead and just do a little counter jungle and try to deny any win condition from the enemy team. And at this point, like when you're ahead this much, your mindset should be less about how am I going to carry this game and more of how can I avoid throwing this game. That is the mindset you should have. Now, that is the mindset I don't have, and that is why I'm hard stuck. But if I were to recommend to you guys how to climb, it is to not play like me normally. And I actually managed to smarten up a little bit this game because I'm playing versus a pro, and I think it makes me like focus a little bit more. So yeah, we want to make sure that we are like we don't need a group with our team here, because it actually, if I group with my team, it actually gives the enemy team a little bit of breathing room. It allows Camille to farm freely while we're sieging bot lane, and Warwick's bad at sieging. So because my team is fine on their own, I'm gonna go ahead and go top lane and push through top lane. But yeah, that's it. This is the Warwick versus Camille matchup. This is how it should be every single time. So hopefully you learned a thing or two about carrying versus Camille. And hey, I did it versus a world-class player, so you should be able to do it in, you know, whatever elo you're at. Later.